Hello? Am I fucking live or not? Yo, hello? Yo, what up, gamers? Yo, any Team Fortress 2 fans out there? Anyone out there still playing this video game? Dude, I've not even prepped or anything. Hello. Yeah, I have the same reaction as you guys. I was like, what the fuck? Okay, looking at chat, there might be a shit ton of people here. Alright, let me just fill everyone in on what's happening. This is literally posted just now. Actually, I can check how long ago this was. SteamDB picked up on this at 4:03, so it's been 15 minutes. This is 15 minutes ago. I thought this was a community post at first. And I was like, what the fuck is this? And I started reading it. And just like 13 years ago, we launched Man vs. Machine, and I was like, what are we talking about? You're a community post. You're like random community people. What do you mean you made Man vs. Machine? And then I went to go check. It's literally posted by the TF2 team. Like, I'm not even... You guys can all go on teamfortress.com. I'm not even fucking with you guys. I mean, it's not even the kind of joke I would make, but it's actually... Like, it's on the blog post. It's here. I honestly still kind of don't believe it. I feel like, I don't know. That's a crazy thing to just randomly announce. Has Valve been hacked? Yeah, exactly. I don't know what the fuck's happening, dude. That's actually insane. Oh, wait, the chat is broken, too. Sorry. There's like a box behind me. Hold on, let me see if I can fix this real quick. Alright, fixed. Yeah, they stop clickbaiting us, dude. It's here. It's literally on their TF2 blog. It's also really random of all things that it's like MVM. Like, honestly, I thought it was fucking over. Like, honestly, for MVM, like, read the whole thing. You want me to narrate it? 13 years ago, we launched Man vs. Machine, a chilling cautionary tale wherein artificial consciousness tried to take all our jobs. You didn't know it back then, but that was actually a literary device called speculative fiction, where writers, us, accurately predict the future, the present, but then hide it so as to not cause widespread panic. In an effort to keep panic levels low, and apropos of nothing, we'd like to tell you a story. Once upon a time, a Man vs. Machine mode in a video game was getting a much-needed update. And so a brave blog post writer, brackets, us again, asked the community to submit Man vs. Machine maps and missions in time for that update. Brackets, for the sake of this panic-reducing speculative fantasy, let's put the fictional deadline at Wednesday, August 27th. If that was the entire story, you'd already be at a low I can't speak. You'd already be at a low panic level, but vaguely concerned about a looming dystopian future. Brackets, mission accomplished. But as is traditional in the genre of speculative blog fiction, there's more. The king of the fictional land where this all happened. Brackets, ancient Greece. Decreed on stone tablets that even though the update was dropping right around the ancient Greek Candy Harvest Festival of Halloween, the maps did not need to be all... The maps did not need to all be Halloween themed, brackets, first tablet. And in fact, shouldn't be, brackets, second tablet. Though some of them could be, the king carved into a third tablet, held in the stone hands of a statue. Blood can't read. This is why I don't stream myself during my script recordings. Held in the stone tablets, or held in the stone hands of a statue of primate George Washington. No, it's just regular George Washington in a dystopian future past, where our sculptors are not as good as in ancient Greece. What an ending, brackets the end. Is this tale a simple flight of gripping, well-written fancy, brackets no, or a chilling glimpse into a future that could arrive as soon as, again, Wednesday, August 27th, with a second part arriving right before Halloween, Yes, see paragraph 1. So they're saying they're gonna add new MVM maps, and then it's seemingly the case that they're going to like it's like a 2-part update, and it sounds like new MVM maps on like Halloween, and then before Halloween they're gonna drop whatever they wanted to do to like update or like fix MVM or something. Before I got asked to read it, though, I was gonna say, I'm really surprised they came back to it, because as far as I know, MVM was like mostly done by Mike Booth, who did a lot of the TF2 AI stuff, like the like bots and all that other shit, and because he left Valve, that's where MVM stopped being like developed, and people like didn't really care because no one else in Valve really wanted to take up the mantle. But I don't know why they're back. Also, that's also really confusing. I don't know what the hell happened. This is crazy. Wait, you're saying update, right? Are as TF2 fans, are we this like are we this brain broken? We have to confirm to each other that it's an update like 6 times to process it. Yes, I think like so I I think it's hard to say exactly what they mean by like the 2-part thing, but like it's undeniable that there is apparently going to be new MVM maps for sure, and it's like happening. But they're community made, so it's not Valve made. But it sounds to me like they want to like, I don't know, fix all the broken shit with MVM, and that's like their part of the deal. They want to bug fix MVM, and then they decided that they should ship the bug fixes alongside like a map pack made by the community. Also, that's about all I have to say, and like all the content I have for this live stream. I don't have shit to. I don't know shit, dude. It was just cool to do a live stream because it's hype. That's about it. That's as far as I got. We can chill and chat and be like, yo, wow, this is crazy. That's about all we got. Actually, there is one thing. I can try Discord call the guy.
Is Valve giving TF2 base new chance after invasion?
I mean, they've been adding community maps in like the seasonal updates all this time. It's not like this is some MVM group going to Valve and being like, hey, you should buy our update and then, publish this. They're just asking for community MVM maps for like a Valve-made update, basically. Okay, yeah, I was gonna say before I got cut off, the last bit of possible content I have is that I could call the guy who works on potato.tf and hear his reaction on stream. But I think he's probably already seen it, and I'm not sure what else we could really talk to him about. But I guess that's better than nothing, right? Call him? Okay. Alright, let me DM him and see if he even wants to show up. He's playing Left 4 Dead 2 right now. Hello. I'm sure you've heard the news about the Valve MVM thing. Do you want to Discord call on stream and chat about it? Also, I am streaming right now. Smiley face. Alright, I sent him a message. Well, we'll see what happens. Play Left 4 Dead 2, that'll be fun. I feel like of the options we have for what we should do in response to this news, Left 4 Dead 2 is kind of like on the lower end of the things, right? Like I feel like I'd sooner jump into a game of MVM or something, you know? Like I feel like that's where my mind goes to. What kind of a title is this? What's going on? Oh my god, it's not April. True. Alright, well I guess we'll wait and see if the potato guy responds. Apparently they've been playing Left 4 Dead 2 for 51 minutes so far. According to Discord. Maybe they're AFK too, to be honest. I don't know anyone who plays... I don't know, maybe it's possible. Do people play Left 4 Dead 2 for this long at once? Wow, way to call them out. I don't have any other... This is the only content we have left. Oh, call Wheezy? I guess we could. I mean, what is... Oh, wait, no, Potato Guy is responding. Alright. I saw his typing indicator just in time. I was about to write a message to Weezer. I mean... You'd probably want to hear from the Potato Guy, right? Okay, he says, in Left 4 Dead 2 game right now, but yeah, I'm down in like 15 minutes. Okay, Potato Boy in 15 minutes. Wow, I'm so hyped. Interview Reezy for 15 minutes? Is that not kind of rude? To be like, hey, you're the pre-game. And we only have 15 minutes for you. Will you make a map? That's actually not a terrible idea. Wait, what if we collab with Great Blue on it? Would it actually be like a genuine reason to do it? That actually might be kind of fun. Honestly, I don't know. You've given me like a really good idea, but I don't know if I can decide like on the spot on the stream. I'm finding it hard to come up with reasons why we don't do it though. I don't know, I guess that would be kind of fun. I guess the hard part would just be that I don't... This would be sacrilege and terrible to admit at this juncture. Especially with the new Valve announcement. But I don't play like MVM, and I don't really enjoy it either. Obviously, like if you enjoy it, that's you, you know, like have fun with it. And whatever, but well actually I haven't played community MVM as well, so my opinion might change if I tried those. But for like Valve MVM, I don't know, it got kind of boring after like the first 2 times you try it, at least for me. So I think like I would probably not be good at making like an MVM map, and I'm not sure how much Great Blue plays MVM as well. But it could be fun to do it anyways, just for content, to be honest. We want to make an MVM map? Okay. Go Google like a hammer tutorial then. Make a map you would enjoy. The thing is that I feel like MVM fundamentally is just not like the kind of game I would play. Because you lose an MVM by being hoarded with like brain dead zombies, right? And I don't feel like that's particularly fun, if that makes any sense. Like I prefer each interaction I'm having with like enemy players to be like interesting on its own, rather than like, oh, I lost because they threw like 60 dudes at me. Does that make any sense? But anyways, I mean, I think the idea is interesting. I probably will just do it, honestly. It is quite a once in a decade experience or opportunity that Valve decides to do something. Probably should do something. React to the offshore trailer? No, I'm waiting. I'm patiently waiting for Potato Guy to show up. I'm occupied right now, I'm sorry. What if you did an MVM experiment where the robots are actual players? There's a mod for that. The guy who made it asked me to play it, and I kind of forgot about it. I mean, presumably it'd also go pretty terribly for the human players. Because a lot of the... a lot of, like, the feasibility of beating MVM is tied into, like, the robots being dumb, right? I think, like, if the robots were actually good at fighting you and, like, were human-level smart, then it'd be, like, incredibly hard, right? Like, I mean, you're just getting outnumbered, too, and I don't think, like, the buffs you're getting really outweigh it. Watch the news, I must keep updated on the conflict? I feel like... this is, like, the rare... once-in-a-lifetime good news coming out of, like, human society and, like, human civilization. And I feel like we maybe should cherish it and not go back to looking at, like, this, like, people are dying. Just my, you know, maybe controversial opinion. I think I like to bask in, like, the joy and the hype of the moment rather than distract from it right now. The animals are leaving, that's true. Okay, so when I messaged Potato Guy, it was 4:30. So it's been 4 minutes. We have about 10 minutes until he presumably is free from his Left 4 Dead 2 gaming. Also, I think it's really funny that besides the initial shock of like, oh my god, there's MVM news, there's actually like a non-insignificant amount of you who are like just chilling. Like watching the stream. There's literally nothing happening. What if you just made an MVM mission that was entirely busters? Sure, why not? Could be funny. We like hanging out. You think they'll try to update the bot's AI? That seems hard. I mean, to be honest, I mean, no, because that would break every MVM map in existence at once, right? Wait, no, that would be...
Frank into a 100-player MVM map.
True. No, that would be like a really, really bad idea, right? Because you just break every map instantly. Because they're all like made around the unexpected level of AI capability, right? And like competence. If you change it at all, then you just break every single map ever at once, right? That actually sounds really bad. But to be honest, I'm not aware of how the AI like particularly needs to be changed anyways. Like, I don't know, they seemed fine for the level of challenge they're meant to provide. New bots specific to the new maps? Yeah, that'd be a way to do it, but then that's not a very elegant solution. But yeah, I suppose if they thought that was really necessary. I'm assuming, though, what Valve cares about is just fixing all of the really, like, janky parts of the MVM code that are, like, really hard-coded. Or, like, bugs with, like, upgrades or something. Did you actually have real cheaters? No, they used a source mod, like... what's it called? Like a source mod plugin that gave them fake cheats. Which is also why... which is... which is rough, because the video is, like... is hated on by real cheaters because I didn't give them real cheats, and then other people are like, what the hell, cheaters? They posted about it on Twitter. Holy shit, new content. Twitter.com/Team Fortress. No, they didn't. Oh wait, is it because I'm not logged in? Oh no, I have to log in on this Chrome user profile. Oh yeah, they did. Also, thank you for the gift subs. Okay, you didn't lie to me. I don't know, RT. Alright, content consumed. Oh, the potato guy is here. Okay. Wheezy is also here. Man, it's a great day. So true. Alright, I'm talking to the guy from potato.tf. Hello?
Hello.
So how do you feel?
We're so back.
We're so back? Damn.
We are so back for this.
We're officially back even?
It's officially back.
Yeah, sorry,
This
go ahead. I don't wanna...
completely left field for me. I had no idea this was coming. I'm pleasantly surprised by it.
Yeah. What are some of the first things you're thinking of? I mean, they said that they're... I mean, did you read the blog post yet? Even?
I did read the blog post. The one question I do have is, are they going for like a Halloween themed one or not? Because the timing is right around Halloween.
They said that the third stone tablet says that it doesn't have to be necessarily Halloween themed.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm still like processing it too. Like nobody expected this. Nobody expected this at all.
Yeah, you're in shock. Huh? Did you ever think? Have you thought about just like a first impressions? Do you feel like you have an idea of what you're even gonna submit to them, or like, I mean, are you gonna make a new thing?
We're definitely gonna
Perhaps?
probably reopen submissions for it. Just like we do with regular potato.
We're gonna do
events.
like a community contest.
Yeah, definitely. Same thing we've been doing just for the regular stuff, but more map focused. There's a lot of people in the community that already have like a pretty big backlog of stuff they could submit to this.
Yeah,
Just because we've been doing it for so long.
that's true. Is it gonna be hard for them to sort through everything? Actually, do you think?
Maybe. I mean, our archive sitting right now is at like over 500 missions across like I don't even know how many maps, but a lot.
I see.
But definitely going to start pushing people as much as possible to dump that on the workshop.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, so then is it gonna be weird that there's so much like VScript stuff as well?
We've already been kind of moving into VScript. I mean, definitely it's gonna have to be. I'm assuming Valve is gonna want to tone it back a bit more than what we normally do. You know, there's been more recently. There's been a push to move away from like our custom server plugins to do more stuff in VScript.
Yeah.
And I think that's definitely playing into our hand a bit more here.
So would you say that's like a lucky coincidence? Because then if you were all using still source mod plugins, that'd be really awkward, right?
Yeah, definitely just good timing more than anything.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What would be the natural next thing to talk about? So on their blog post, it said there'd be like two halves to it. It seems like there is like there's like a Halloween part, which is like the community maps, and then they have like their own bit of like what Valve is gonna do. Do you feel like you have any idea what you might expect them to do? Like, I'm not aware of like the degree of like raw and like MVM, right? So, for example, is there like an absolute shit ton of bugs they need to fix, or like, what are they even gonna do, right?
There's definitely a decent pile of bugs they could fix. We'd have to go back and just compile like a list of bugs or whatever to send over, or just for what they're doing, because it's kind of funny because for so long we've been running server plugins that fix so many things that a lot of bugs have just been kind of forgotten on our servers. So we'd have to go back and see what would what we'd want them to do, and hopefully send it over, and hopefully they listen.
Right. Wait, that's crazy though. So wait, yeah, you had no idea this was happening. So they didn't even ask you for like a bug list.
No, this came completely out of left field. Yeah.
Do you think maybe they were? I mean, they can doodle into like your VScript code and then derive like what are important bugs to fix, right? Like they probably could look at like what RavMod does and then come to a answer on their own, right? Maybe that's what they did.
One of the big things that definitely would be cool would be official, because what RavMod, like what our server plugins do, is it adds a lot of extra key values to like what you can do in mission files. So whatever, if they add like stuff like officially that we use really frequently in our server mods, that would be super cool. Like we have there's like hundreds and hundreds of new features that we have just on our servers. Yeah. And anything to move out of that sort of walled garden to actually have that in the official game would be awesome.
Do you feel like you could pick like if a Valve employee came to you and it was like, what's the one thing we like must do at the cost of like anything else? Do you have an answer for that? What's like the worst thing that like really needs to be fixed?
The worst thing that really needs to be fixed. There's I'm so caught off guard by like this whole situation. I would need to sit down and think about it. But I guess realistically, like any like hardcore bugs that stand out, I'm kind of drawing a blank. It's mostly like balance changes and just feature additions more than anything. That I would
Do you think Valve would go for that? I feel like they've been really scared of doing any like TF2 balance changes in general, right? Do you feel like they'd actually opt for
for MVM specifically, they're more open to it. Like they did fix some bugs that were significant to balance, like the vaccinator or Uber duration not working, for example. Which was pretty big as far as balance was concerned. I think they're a little more open to it just because it's kind of a sectioned off part of the game.
Yeah. You think they'd... Wait, this is the perfect time. They can finally address the gas passer, right?
Yeah. They can finally fix the gas passer. We actually have a nerf we're testing out on our servers for our upcoming event, which, by the way, we're literally gearing up to launch like another event in like a week time, like and then this dropped in the middle of it.
Oh yeah, that's true. So they have to postpone one of your events. You have to pick one or the other, right?
I'm not sure if we have to postpone it. Because we already have it like ready to go out the door, so we might be able to just push that now, get it out the door, and then immediately start. Put out the calling card. Like, okay, start submitting maps to this thing. We might have time for that.
Is there any... I'm kind of curious. So I only really know you as like a programmer. Have you ever made one of your own maps? Is there something you can show chat as like... Well, I'm kind of curious on the question I just wanted to ask was like, if you're going to submit something to Valve, what would you submit?
What did I personally submit? I would probably do missions and VScript stuff. I'm very creatively challenged when it comes to Hammer and making maps. But I've made a few missions in the past. I do a lot of the VScript stuff and like backend server stuff, so I would probably be doing more of that than actually making maps for this myself.
Damn. Well, actually, technically, you can make a claim on every single map submitted, right?
Yeah,
exactly. They'll be using your code, so you win no matter what.
Yeah, I want 10% of every single submission. No, not really.
Okay, I'm kind of curious to explore like what would Valve like honestly fix though, because I'm kind of surprised that you don't feel like you could say like what's like the most pressing thing that really must be fixed. So then like, is it maybe something like being able to specify like custom upgrades or something? Or I know like apparently like adding more upgrades at like the UI for the upgrade station is all like really fucked or something, right?
That would be a big one. The custom upgrade station really sucks to work with. It's really clunky. It's really limited in what you can do, and what you can do will like totally mess up like the ordering for like prices and everything on the upgrade station. And you can't like whitelist certain upgrades to certain weapons. If you change an upgrade, it'll break the whitelist, so it'll be applicable to every weapon. So that's probably the biggest one. Now that you mention that, the upgrade station could definitely use like a pretty decent overhaul on how it works behind the scenes. It's pretty ugly.
Yeah. besides that, so is there? Yeah, are there even other big bugs then? Because I feel like MVM has like a lot of like tinier stuff. Like like this upgrade is like useless, or like this like the firing rates are fucked up or something. But
yeah,
like
it's just piles and piles of like really tiny stuff. So like it's hard to pinpoint exactly like what would be the one big one. Like sentry firing speed doesn't work for the third tick at all. Well, sentry firing speed's kind of busted in general. There's a bug with like banner soldiers where they'll just get stuck. If anybody's played, I think it's one of the Rottenbergs, I forget which one, on Wave 2, there's like a trio of banner soldiers, and then sometimes they'll just get stuck in spawn, like switching weapons. That's a pretty bad one that should be fixed. What else? There's the firing speed on the minigun's a little busted. There's a lot of useless upgrades, like metal regen is like a complete waste of money on engineer.
That's funny.
It's just piles and piles of tiny stuff like that it's hard to really pinpoint one specific one.
So, as the MVM expert, then, do you feel like you have your own speculation on what do you think Valve are going to do? Because I think they're just going to do like a bunch of bug fixes, right? That seems to be what makes sense and like in line with like 2025 Valve. What's your personal opinion on the matter?
I'm definitely a bit like nebulous. I definitely think it's a bit nebulous to think that they would do a massive like wall of balance changes or something. Definitely a lot of bug fixes. Definitely a lot of just touching up more than anything. That's definitely just a lot of touching up and bug fixes more than.
Is there like any like glaring issues on like Valve's existing maps? Like, do you think that there's like I don't know, is there like some bug in like some map that they really should go and fix or something?
Well, specifically right now, there's actually a bug where the majority of Manhattan will just automatically collect all your money. There was a recent fix with like respawn rooms not collecting money. It was an SDK fix that got pushed to the main game, and the entire map will just collect money for like the majority of the map, like when it drops. As far as other things, I'm trying to think. A lot of it would just be, I'm trying to think. There's just a lot of small weird things, like what? Fuck, I'm trying to think off the top of my head. I'm just so like still like processing all of this. I'm sorry. I'm not.
I get it, dude. When SteamDB first picked up on it, I thought it was like community news, right? When they're announcing some tournament or whatever, right? And I started reading it. It was like, we have made MVM 13 years ago, and I was like, what? You're not Valve. You didn't make this. And I could go and check that they actually posted it on the main blog tab on the TF2 page. It's like, what the fuck's happening, man?
It's insane.
Yeah, so the thing that's confusing to me is that I feel like if they had this plan to make this update, they wouldn't pull in all those like MVM changes and just like ship them immediately, right? That's what is so weird to me, because I feel like, why wouldn't they just like save it for this big, like one big update, right? Rather than like piecemealing it. If I feel like their approach to merging like MVM bug fixes from like the TF SDK like GitHub kind of implies that they're not just doing like a small thing, but I don't know, it's weird, right? Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I definitely get that. Something kind of related to that is it's been kind of interesting to see just how many bug fixes have been related to MVM that have gotten merged in. Like there's just been so many small little things that have affected MVM a lot. Like like the respawn fix, Huntsman damage got fixed recently. What else? Just like piles and piles of stuff that also got merged in and fixed recently.
Right. You think that that's what maybe like motivated them? Then they're like, okay, even just like piecemeal updating MVM is kind of silly. We should just like push it all at once. Is that kind of what it looks like?
I could see it. I could see that, and just there's still like a continued community interest for it, just like from the volume of MVM related patches that have just been submitted. I think that probably could have helped Valve to see that, you know, maybe we have been kind of you know, neglecting this too much. Maybe people actually do want to play this and see more content from it. Because one of the big things that one of the big criticisms that people have with MVM is just that it's stale. Like there just hasn't been any new content for it for so long.
Yeah. do you feel like it's possible they attach? Well, I mean, man, actually, this is weird to think about because we've never had a community MVM map, right? So I was gonna ask if they'll attach rewards to it, but I'm not even sure what they. I don't know. Would it just be in boot camp then? That's that's weird to think about, right? Can you buy a mana ticket to play a community MVM map, and how does that work? Do the creators of the map get like a cut of the ticket sales, right?
Right. One of the speculations that we've always like kind of thrown around in the past is like if Valve actually did this, like if they picked up some community maps, like 2 maps, 4 missions, you don't even need to pick like a big swath of them, and just threw them in the game, that would generate like so much revenue for them and for community members just through the ticket sales alone. Because there's just like I said, the entire reason, I mean, what like the entire criticism that people have is that there's just no new content. And I think this is going to just like open up a massive floodgate of a lot more people coming in, buying tickets, and actually playing the game.
I'm kind of curious. You said that there's a lot of like demand for it. Do you feel like you can like quantify, like, you know, from running like Potato? Do you feel like there's like, I'm not even sure how to give you an example of how to quantify it, but like, so there's like, is there just like a lot of new maps, like, you know, like every month or something, or like?
Every single event that we push out, we have like 5 to 10 new maps every single time, and our submission backlog, like one of the big problems we have is just handling the amount of content that people submit to us and doing it like
wish listing here actually
like this event coming up. It has like almost 60 missions in it, just from all the stuff we've had to churn through, and you know, and the fact that we have like our player counts at the same time. Like whenever we launch the event, the first week after the Valve drops the blog post, we have like 600 concurrent players at any given time for like the first week, and it stays pretty solid for after that for a while. And
holy cow!
Yeah, like our total player, like if I were to go back and look at the database for like the amount of like users with more than 6 missions completed, it's like 5 to 10,000 for every single event.
Holy cow! Oh my god!
It's not a small amount of people that want this. Like, there's a lot of people that still play our content and play our events, and it's not just because we're doing like we're like a particularly interesting thing. It's just because of how little MVM content that we've gotten over the years, and how much people want it.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm not sure if there's any particular topic you want to talk about. If you feel like most of the things you wanted to say have been said, I think a good way to close out our impromptu interview is to talk about what you feel like you really hope to get in. Like if there's like, you know, like a clear winner of like, dude, this MVM, this like community made map is like head and shoulders so good. Like it would be such a, you know, wasted opportunity if it never got in. But that's up to you if you don't have anything else you want to say. We can talk about other things first, just to be clear.
That was, I mean, the one. There's a handful of maps that have kind of been tried and true over the years. Like, if anybody's played Community MVM, like one of the most recurring ones is MVM Underground and Steep. Both of those maps are like very little complaints about those maps from everybody. There's some newer stuff too, though, that I'd mention.
How do you spell the other one? Like, what'd you say?
Steep. Steep.
Oh, I see. Interesting.
As far as newer stuff, we have there's this guy named Charlie who made this map called Robot Factory. That map is beautiful. It looks incredible.
Robot Factory.
Yeah, it's just called Robot Factory.
Is it on the workshop?
Yeah, I think so.
Chances of a medieval MVM map getting in? Never.
Someone asked about a medieval MVM map.
Medieval MVM is neat. It's novel, but it's really hard to balance. It kind of sucks to play just out of the box. It does need a lot of hand holding to make it playable. Another one this guy made is called Spy Base, and they made a reskin called Mars Base. He's like a newer creator, and like he kind of knocked it out of the park just showing up.
Yeah, actually, I'm kind of surprised. You guys really have a bunch of like maps up on the workshop as well.
Yeah,
like, basically all of the maps you told me about are already on the workshop too. It's actually so easy to find.
Yeah, exactly. There's a pile and pile of maps that would be great for this, just because they're really, really high effort. They're made by some really talented people. that are pretty much total outsiders to the whole like workshop community stuff. So it would be really, really cool to see them get some sort of official like recognition for it.
Dude, honestly, they should revive the community weapon program as well. Do you know about that? Like, they used to give people community quality weapons.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, they need to give you one, because I don't know I don't know how they're gonna like honor all the upkeep you've been doing for Potato as well. It's crazy.
Yeah, I do have some self-made medals from back before they shut that down.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Dude, wait, you guys were actually was it your idea? Because you guys recolored the medals, right? So you can keep like reusing it. That's honestly pretty smart.
We can keep reusing the medals. I will say I'm not the original like creator of Potato. I've just been running it for the past few years.
Right. Actually, do you want to say when you started?
I started.
Viewers get an idea.
Yeah, I started back in like 2017 and 2018, sorry, and I sort of kind of took the reins around 2019ish, and I've just been running it ever since. I mean, there's a lot of other people behind the scenes, like Raffordek, obviously you know him, and we have like a whole team of judges, like 20 or something people right now that help us curate content for the event. It's very, very much like a community, like group effort. It's not. I don't want to sound like it's it's just me. I'm just kind of the figurehead of it.
Yeah. No. Yeah, it's definitely a huge community effort with all the stuff going on too. I kind of imagine like one person being able to do all of it. Yeah. Wow. Damn. All right. I feel like maybe we could try take some chat questions, but besides that, I kind of don't have anything else really I personally am curious about. I feel like you've answered a lot of it. I kind of feel like I have a better idea after talking to you as well of what like Valve might be planning.
All I'm gonna say is better late than never, I guess. I've gotten a lot of people in the community, including myself, have gotten kind of cynical with MVM stuff.
Right.
But this is very much a breath of fresh air, which is also kind of why I'm so kind of caught off guard, just because a lot of
you
people
wrote it off as like possible.
Exactly. Yeah, a lot of people wrote it off just saying like, you know what, whatever. We're on our own. We're just gonna keep doing our thing, and that's it.
Dude, I feel like technically you could say that MVM is more neglected than Manpower.
Yeah, because Manpower was entirely like Dario's thing. Like that was his baby, and he maintained that until he left Valve. And MVM just like sat there like getting kind of the shit under the stick. And I think the weirdest part of it is how lucrative MVM could be and still is. It's not like Pastime or Manpower where it's like this completely dead section of the game. People play it, people spend money on it pretty regularly.
Okay. Very, very true. Okay, chat, do you want to ask him anything?
Yeah.
You guys got interesting questions for Mr. Braindog? Well, actually, you can read the chat too, right? You want to just...
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see if anything like catches your eye. That would be fun to talk about.
So yeah, do you guys think it's a new wave of fixes and smaller updates, or is it a closing update for the game? If it keeps something, there's no more updates. I'm not sure if it would be like a closing update. If it's a new wave of fixes and smaller updates, that'd be super cool. Just getting constant like a constant stream of just small fixes and stuff.
Yeah, to be honest, I feel like this would like I feel like trying to put myself in like Valve's shoes. I feel like they wouldn't make something so like big and dramatic and like making a new blog post and like tweeting it if they weren't interested in like staying along for the ride for at least a little bit, right? If you're gonna do like small little patches, you can just keep doing as they have been doing now, and just like add like bits here and there. But then this is such a like big like event, right? It would be weird to make all this noise and then just like walk away immediately, right?
Yeah. Somebody said, "Will we get the Heavy? Will Heavy get a 50 billion polygon ass in a new update?" I hope so, bro. I really hope so.
That's the question you want to answer? Okay.
That's an important question. Somebody else said, "Do you think existing missions and maps will be added, or will be completely new exclusive ones?" I mean, there's such a massive backlog of stuff that I don't see why they wouldn't. Like, I don't see how they'd be able to even vet that accurately. Let's see.
Yeah, I'm really curious how Valve are planning to deal with like trying to how it's been like 13 years of like community made MVM content. Yeah, how are they gonna sift through all of it? That's crazy.
Yeah. I'm just trying to look through questions that'd be good to answer. Do you think they'll ask Potato community to help curate future events? I don't think they specifically reach out to like a specific community to curate content. I don't think they do that for TF2 maps or the other communities involved in the workshop stuff. I think they just put out like a thing and then people submit for it. That's at least my understanding of it. I'm not really involved in the workshop stuff like at all.
Oh yeah, also for context for viewers, I feel like maybe it's a coincidence, but in like last December they had the what was it? They had the TF Connect like charity event, and they brought the devs on to play MVM. I mean, I guess they do it like almost every time devs ever show up to any TF2 charity event, but I kind of wonder if that kind of like inspired them to work on it again or something, you know? With like
Valve
they had
has definitely been watching the community MVM stuff. Like number one, they're literally playing it directly on those streams. Yeah, like you said, but they're definitely aware of it and they definitely follow it. So it definitely could have inched into their head, like, you know, maybe we should actually do this.
Yeah. Wait, did you watch the stream, by the way? Because there's something I remember one of the devs saying, but I don't know if I'm misremembering.
I wasn't super big into the TF Connect streams. It just wasn't really my thing. I mean, it was super cool to see them playing content, and it was super cool to see interviews with like Mike Moraski talking about like the soundtrack and stuff.
Yeah.
But I wasn't super invested in it. They might have mentioned us or somebody, and I just completely missed it.
Maybe someone in chat remembers, but I think I remember one of them saying that working on MVM was like one of their like favorite parts of like working on TF2, but I don't know if I'm like misremembering. Someone in chat can fact check it.
It's a super cool part of the game even from a community standpoint to work on, because MVM is like the most customizable, like heavily moddable part of the game compared to like every other place. At least out of the box. Obviously, like source mod, whatever, you can do a lot anywhere, but you know, MVM in particular, just with the tools Valve gives you, there's a lot to be do.
This is their excuse to go play MVM again. They're running away from what are they working on now? Like the next Half-Life. They're like running away from the harder work. Let's just go play MVM, guys. Oh, I need to do a big MVM update. Don't bother me.
Yeah, exactly. I saw one question that completely escaped me. Let me see if I can find it. It was something along the lines of, do you think this will get more attention from the MVM community? There's definitely going to be like a dedicated group of people that are grinding tours on this. Depending on like what the rewards are, there's going to be. It's just another tool in the tool bag for people, you know, gambling on loot boxes and stuff, which is not a problem with me at all. It's just like, absolutely, there's going to be people just hard like manning the new content just because they're sick of grinding two cities like through thousands of tours at this point. They need something new, anything new.
Yeah. Oh yeah, also someone in chat pointed out they recently added a thing for like golden pans like trade restrictions. Do you know anything about that? As far as I know, I think it's true that it's new, but I don't know exactly like how new it is.
Yeah, I did see that. I saw like something in early June they added that where new pan drops have a 7-day trade ban on them, like when you unbox something. That's good because I remember, I don't know how common it is now, but I remember there was a time period where as soon as somebody's name popped up to the pan drop, you had like scammers who were just scrambling to like lowball them and try to get them for dirt cheap from this like guy who had no idea what it was worth. So definitely a good idea to add some sort of trade hold on those.
Yeah, I guess that's true, right? Because when the pan shows up, there's just like a seemingly kind of like standard like particle effects and stuff, right? Like,
right.
It's actually really possible someone gets the golden pan and they're just like, oh cool, and then they just close the game. They just think it's some standard reward.
It's funny because there's kind of a meme that like low tour luck is real, where like all of the pan drops, you go look at their tour counter right, or they have like 5 tours, like 3 to 5 tours. They have no idea what they're playing. They just suddenly just got a pan, like, oh, that looks cool.
Do you think it's true? Do you think Valve are tweaking the odds to keep people hooked? Like the people who are already hooked, you don't even need to give them anything, right? So you can't ignore them. But then the new guys, you gotta give them something to entice them, right? Yeah,
this is Valve's long game with like generative AI. They've just been studying people's like playing patterns and know exactly how many tours they're already going to play when they play them. Somebody said, do you think they will go back and rework their old tours? I hope so, specifically for Gear Grinder and Mecha Engine, because they have been kind of ruined by power creep over the years. Like MVM, if you look back through the update history for balance changes, like the vast majority of them have all been buffs. And like with infinite refunds, and they buffed crit resistance at some point. They added new weapons like gas and medic shield and stuff that completely changed the balance of things. A lot of the older missions have not held up super well. Gear Grinder in particular does, but Mecha Engine is pretty. It's pretty easy to just like cheese the hell out of that mission or those missions.
What's the cheese for them? Is there like a set thing, or is it like a variety of strategies?
For Mecha Engine, well for the big rock mission specifically, it's just the God Rock. Like the main rock that looks right over spawn. If you stand on it as a sniper, bots don't target you.
Oh.
So you just stand there with hitmans and just like hold mouse 1 and you can just kill everything. It's stupid easy. For Gear Grinder, those tours in particular were very heavily designed around limited refunds. So like there's later waves in those missions that have like they're really good for spy or demo, and the whole trade-off was you have to play spy or demo through the whole missions, which might not be, those classes might be pretty hard until you get to those waves. But now you can just refund, go straight to spy or spy or demo, and then just blow past that wave and just keep going.
Oh yeah, actually that's true, huh? Yeah, I'm kind of surprised, to be honest. I wasn't ever super tapped into like MVM stuff, but that sounds like really obvious things to be aware of and go back and fix. Yeah, actually, maybe honestly that would make sense.
Yeah,
come to think of it, for like a Valve update to go back and fix all their shit.
Yeah, one of the biggest, definitely one of my biggest complaints personally is just how power crept the mode is. And well, aside from like stagnation, but the main thing is like every single update except for when they nerfed demo damage and like maybe a few other things, it's all been buffed. Like it's like across the board, it's all been buffed. Like they even called the gas passer change like a nerf, and it's it's not really a nerf.
Yeah, what did they do to the gas passer?
It used to do 250 damage, and it used to recharge on itself, so it was even more spammy than before, or than now. And they said they nerfed it by making it so it not charges on itself, and it's still like super busted.
Yeah, because it's like an AoE, like massive, like instant kill, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, somebody said health on kill was nerfed. Yeah, so health on kill used to overheal you. It doesn't anymore.
Oh, interesting.
That's one of the other few nerfs.
Okay. Alright, nice. Very cool. Well, I feel like this has been a pretty productive conversation. I feel like we should also let you go and enjoy the hype. I mean, I'm sure your Discord's also like in absolute chaos.
I got spam pinged by like 10 different people from like 5 different places as soon as this fucking blog.
Wait, so it's good that you even found my DM then.
yeah. I mean, your DM kind of came in like right at the tail end of all that. Somebody pinged me in another Discord and just said, "What did you do?" I'm like, "Bro, I don't know. This isn't me. I don't know."
All right. Thank you for your time, though. I also want to go and do my own stuff as well.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy, just randomly dropped in the middle of the day.
Yeah.
But happy, what do we call it, like MVM Day?
Yeah.
You have to mark this as like a special event. Going forward, you can make this like a special event holiday on your servers or something.
Yeah, mark it on your calendar. It's MVM Day.
All right. Well, congrats, and talk to you soon, Mr. Brain Dog.
Thanks for having me.
All right, goodbye.
Bye.
Oh hey, dude, before like we jump, like as he was talking when we first started the call, you know how like when people are video calling you, you can like open your Discord in like a new like window with just like the video participants or like the voice call participants. I was trying so hard to find that button, but it doesn't exist unless someone like starts a webcam first or something. And then eventually I just gave up and I just did like the window capture and just leaked everything because I had no other choice. But that was Brain Dog from potato.tf. Very cool. I hope that answers some people's questions. I feel like at least I certainly did learn a few things. And I feel like actually I feel like it makes sense as well. Hearing like having our conversation, I feel like it makes a lot of sense that what Valve can do besides just accepting community bug fixes and stuff is that they go and rebalance or like check up on all their old Valve maps, and they make sure it's all good, right? I feel like that'd honestly be fitting of, you know, of the caliber of the announcement that they have put forth here, you know. But anyways, I don't know, I think that's about it. We have truly extracted and mined maximum hype and fucking content from this announcement. And this is probably a good time to call it, right? Before Silk Song? Yeah, MVM got updated before Silk Song. That's crazy. Are you on a computer? What are you even asking? Alright, I'll give you guys like a minute or two though, in case there's something I missed, but I think that's a nice little like hour-long stream for the hype of holy shit MVM update. Is this for sure an update or just an event? The way I interpreted their blog post was that they there's like two parts to it. There's like a Valve part and then like the community part. Maybe the Valve part would just be accepting bug fixes from the SDK, but the way they're talking about it seems like there's at least slightly more than just community maps. Not news section? Yeah, it's on the blog post. Also, there's a guy who donated like $10 or something. Sorry, you donated like in the middle of like the voice call, so I couldn't really reply to you. But I hope you were happy to get your thoughts out into the world. And thank you to whatever other donators we had. August 27th is a submission deadline. Yeah, it seems like the actual update is supposed to be Halloween update. Somewhere around there. That's when the actual thing is happening. Read the blog post live. I did like 2 seconds into the stream. You can rewind and watch me fail reading comprehension a few times. It's also still worded to imply the Scream Fortress might be separate. Yeah. Yeah, for whatever reason we're getting Halloween update and then MVM and then a bunch of shit. Your mic is mega peaking? Maybe I'm just excited, I'm sorry. But if you're also saying this in context of how I sound on videos, I just always sound like this on streams. It's just because there's no like post-processing I can do on it, right? Because it's live and other stuff. Do I have Steam? No, I've never got a Steam account, sorry. Hypothetically, I would really like to download TF2, but I never got around to making a Steam account, sorry. Do you think we got the new MVM boss that got leaked in 2023? Are you talking about this level 4 sentry gun? Or like the night boss? Those were all for raid mode, right? Or like bounty mode or something? Like they're not MVM things as far as I'm aware. Okay. Alright. I appreciate everyone wants me to keep streaming, but I also want to go and finish my video. I was literally about to go boot up Premiere, and then they're like, hey, massive fucking TF2 news. So I was like, oh, well, okay. Guess I stream for a bit. Finish your video live? Dude, I don't think I could handle the, like, distractions. I'd just be so I'd just be so distracted by chat. I don't know. Should we curb our expectations? I mean, I would, if you ask me, I'd always give you the cynical answer. I'd always say don't expect too much. But I mean, I'm personally, I'm just like I just think it's hilarious that MVM is getting an update after all this time. It's just such like there's like layers to it, right? It's like it's insane that they're even making a blog post for an update, but then on top of that, it's for MVM, and it's like, what the fuck, you know? I think it's just hilarious and like hyper on that basis. And anything else, whatever else happens, I don't really care that much, you know? Like even if it's just okay, we're just adding community like MVM maps. Okay, fine, you know, whatever. I just think it's crazy that it's like it's even happening, you know? It's such a strange like occurrence, you know? I think it's just hilarious on the basis of like Valve doing Valve things, like because no one has this on their bingo. Like this is so fucking weird, right? Also, it's actually one thing that's kind of funny is that like each time they've had to like make something on the blog, they're like it's kind of funny to see increasingly desperate ways to like recycle old like art, you know? Like this picture and like, well, this is original, but it's like it's kind of funny every time they make a blog post. They're like, it's kind of funny to see what picture they dredge up from like the archives to use as like the banner picture. Heavy metal update? Yeah, maybe we should just cut our losses as the community. We'll just stamp this as like the heavy update, and then we'll call it a victory. We'll just claim this as our dub, and then we can finally move on. I wasn't part of the community back then with all these artworks, so they're new. This picture of the heavy is what they use in the menu, right? For whoever is like an MVM head in this chat. This is what they use in like the TF2 menu for like man up or something, right? Yeah. All right. Anyways, okay. I think it is time to go. I don't want to. As much as I'd like capitalizing on the hype and just fucking farming it, I think I'm also. It's also smart to leave before you overstay your welcome. Play an MVM match? Nah, I don't know, bro. All right. Thank you though. I hope all the MVM fans get the update they deserve when Halloween comes. I am opening my live dashboard. I'm hitting the fade to black now. Congrats, MVM fans. Maybe next time. Well, I mean, I don't know. If I'll have to talk to Great Blue to see if he's even interested. But like, I'm sure there is like plenty of like MVM content to come. If I don't play MVM today, it's fine. At some point, they'll be done. Or something. You should try having a child. What the fuck are you talking about? In this economy? Brother, get real. Have you seen what they're doing on the S&P 500 these days? It's fucking criminal out there. Alright. Congrats, TF2 fans. We won another day. Alright, goodbye.